Can't call Grenada home, I can't call Grenada home. This place sweet like honey, I call it honeycomb. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today, as you can see, we are all decked out. It's all about Grenada. Today, actually, February 7th, is the 50th anniversary celebration of my homeland. So today I wanted to talk about fragrances that kind of remind me of Grenada. So if you're interested, please keep watching. So before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you decided to come back, big up your whole self. Big up your whole entire self. I truly appreciate your continued support of my channel. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. And make sure you turn on your notification bell so you will be notified every single time I upload a video. So as mentioned in my intro, today, February 7th, is the 50th anniversary of Grenada's independence. So Grenada is a tiny little island in the Eastern Caribbean. That's where I was born and raised. And I am so proud of my country. And yeah, I talk about it all the time. And I always want people to experience the country that I grew up in. So anyways, let's talk fragrances. Obviously, it's a tropical island. Obviously, I have very fond memories growing up. But these fragrances that I have here are fragrances in my adulthood that I've either worn in Grenada or whenever I pull it, it reminds me of being home. So let's go. First one here is an honorable mention. Why is it an honorable mention? Because they done discontinue the thing and I am so mad. So the fragrance I speak of, it's right here, and this is Coconut Fizz from Guerlain's Aqua Allegoria line. Listen, I have been babying this fragrance because, and don't bother, I'm not going to spray it. I'm going to get the smell right from the nozzle because there is none to waste. Now, this fragrance is a very pretty, light, kind of watery coconut vibe. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I struggle with the note of coconut. I love coconut. I'm an island woman that enjoys a good coconut water, that enjoys like eating the coconut like jelly in the middle, that enjoys coconut drinks. But for some reason, it depends on how the coconut is done, it's weird on my skin. But this one works. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued. So here we have coconut, bergamot. There's water fruit, sandalwood, and tonka bean in this fragrance. All I get is a really light, really refreshing vibe. This is a great fragrance for a tropical vacation. It's a great fragrance if you live in a very warm area. Unfortunately, it was discontinued. So I just wanted to talk about it as an honorable mention. I love this fragrance. It works for me. It's very refreshing. And usually it gives about 6 hours on the skin with overspraying. But y'all, I have the small bottle. I don't think I'll ever get it again. So I am going to baby this until kingdom come. You hear? So this is Coconut Fizz from the house of Guerlain. Okay, so before we get into the next fragrance, let me give you a little fun fact about Grenada. So, like I said, independence 1974. So today is 50 years since we got independence from the Queen. So we were a British colony. Anyways, let me talk about my flag. So back here, as you can see, I have the flag draped. And we always talk about the colors of our flag, what it represents. So the red in the flag represents the resilience of the people. Listen, Grenadians, y'all know this country has been through a lot, but still we rise all the way up from here, right? And so the red represents the resilience of the people. The green represents the green, lush vegetation on the island. And the yellow is for the unlimited amount of sunshine you are going to get if you spend any time on the island. This right here, that is a nutmeg, and we were known to be the Isle of Spice. So nutmegs and mace and all those things, we always exported that. So we became the Isle of Spice. My daughter tricked me into my first, and it will be my last tattoo. I don't know if you could see it, but it's actually a nutmeg. And yeah, it's my first tattoo, and it was for her birthday this year. So I have a nutmeg. Respect the nutmeg. All right, let's go. Let's talk about the next fragrance. Okay, so the next fragrance is this one right here from Giorgio Armani, and this is, what is it? Ocean de GIOIA. So of course, tropical island, tropical fragrance. This is a beautiful fragrance. Very easy to wear. There's pear in here, water jasmine, salt, musk, sandalwood. All I get is a really fresh, really uplifting, easy to wear, beach days. When it's super hot, you throw this on, you smell great. Gives me about 6 hours on the skin. I enjoy wearing it. I think on my last trip to Grenada, I did take it with me and I wore it, you know, for beach days, etc. Ocean de GIOIA. So yes, it gives you that whole tropical, sitting by the beach, listening to the waves kind of vibe. And yeah, this one definitely reminds me of being home, because in Grenada, I mean, if there are any island people or people that grew up in that environment, you know, it's super laid back. There are many days you just go, you just sit on the sand. Sometimes you don't even go in the water. You just sit there, you people watch, and you just enjoy the day, the breeze. Okay, yeah. Let me stop. I'm going to start crying. So yeah, this is Ocean de GIOIA from Giorgio Armani. Okay, so next up we have a fragrance that I need to wear a little bit more, but it definitely reminds me of home. And this one right here is Juliet Has a Gun, and this is Pear Ink. So if you've never smelled Pear Ink before, it is a really light, really airy, pear forward fragrance. There's pear in here, there's ambroxan, there's musk. So it's very, very easy to wear, very refreshing, not doing too much. You know, you smell pretty, you smell clean. It's not a fragrance that lasts forever on the skin, but I will attest to the fact that when you're on a hot tropical island and you start sweating, and that sweat, you know, and the fragrance, they mix together, this thing performs in that environment. Like on a regular day out here in the United States, just in and out of AC, it probably gives me about 3 hours on the skin. Now in the tropics, this girl is giving me like 6. So yeah, this is Juliet Has a Gun Pear Ink, giving me island vibes. And I think it's just because it's so light and airy, and I bring it and I've worn it like for the last 2 or 3 years when I went to Grenada. So okay, so another fun fact, you know, like in my intro, the song that says, finally, we ready to turn up the place right now. That is also from a Grenadian artist. His name is Vaughn, and I love it. So yeah, that's a fun fact. Next fragrance we are going to talk about is this one right here, and I got a funny story. And this is Terracotta from Guerlain. Ooh, look, Guerlain made the list twice. Didn't even realize that. So yeah, this is a quintessential creamy floral coconut fragrance. There's Sierra flower, there is coconut in here, then we have jasmine and ylang ylang. So there's some white florals, some yellow florals. In the base there's vanilla and some musk. This is a very pretty fragrance, very well done. It could get a little overwhelming when it's super hot. So whenever I've used this going to Grenada, I kind of like reserved it for like evenings so that it wouldn't be too much, but it definitely reminds me of being home. And the reason I'm laughing is because in 2022, we went, like, you know, it was a group of us that went to Grenada for Carnival. And, you know, we were staying in this beautiful home overlooking the water. And usually when I go, I bring like, you know, all the little Bath and Body Works sprays for all the bathrooms, but I misjudged this time. Anywho, long story short, Terracotta was my bathroom spray. And for that, Terracotta, I am forever grateful. I love this fragrance, y'all. It gives me about 6 hours on the skin. Again, don't overspray in a really hot situation. When I've worn this in the Caribbean, I usually like reserve it for the evening time when it gets a tad bit cooler, but I still don't overspray. The sillage and projection, I would say, is moderate, and yeah, a very pretty fragrance. Fairly inexpensive right now. You could find this on Amazon. You could find this almost anywhere. So yep, this is Terracotta from the house of a Guerlain. Okay, so next up is a fragrance from the house of Tocca, and this is called, I can't say it, I'm going to try, GIULIETTA. So yeah, we're going to pop it up on the screen, but this is from the house of Tocca. People don't really speak about this fragrance too much. I love it. It's like a really bright, fruity floral fragrance. Yeah, beautiful. So there's Granny Smith apple, ylang ylang in the opening. There's lilac, lily of the valley, some iris in the base. There's heliotrope and some musk and some other things. But I love this fragrance. It reminds me of Grenada because I typically wear this when I'm visiting, or I typically wear this to hang out with my day ones, you know, going out for dinner, lunch, whatever. It's a really light, pretty floral fragrance that really does well in warm weather. Gives me about 6 to 7 hours on the skin. That's overspraying. What else? It's very feminine, very approachable, just very pretty. It's definitely a pretty girl fragrance. It's not doing too much. It's not gonna turn heads or you know, announce you when you're coming into the room. You're gonna live in your little pretty bubble. But I enjoy this fragrance. The sillage projection, I would say it's minimal. It's not a fragrance that you wear to impress anyone, to be honest. It's just a really pretty fragrance that takes me home in my head just because I've worn it so many times there. And it's just the vibe. It's a very laid back, very easygoing fragrance, and my country is a very laid back, very easygoing place to be. So yep, this is GIULIETTA, and I'm probably not saying it right, from the house of Tocca. Last but certainly absolutely not least, and you guys knew this one was coming, we have Leisure in Paradise from Simone Andreoli. Now, I've spoken about this fragrance ad nauseum, so you guys already know how much I love it. This fragrance is the quintessential fragrance of Grenada in my mind. This fragrance is everything I eat when I'm home, except for mango. There's no mango in here, but everything I eat, everything I drink, it just, you know, takes on the whole island for me. So this is absolutely a tropical fragrance. There's coconut, there's papaya, which we call papa in Grenada. So there's vanilla, coconut, papaya, there's pineapple. Oh my gosh. When I tell you this smells like a tropical drink, or just actually walking in the marketplace where they're selling all the fruits, the fresh fruits. Yeah, that's what this is. This is a gorgeous fragrance for the summertime, for the springtime. It lasts on the skin. It projects. It leaves a beautiful sillage. I could not ask for anything more. And if, of all the fragrances that I spoke about today, if you have to just pick one fragrance to go on a tropical vacation, to go visit Grenada, Leisure in Paradise is your girl. You could wear this to the beach. You could wear this for cocktails. You could wear this, you know, to do anything on your vacation. So if you have to pick one bottle, if I can't pick one fragrance to take with me, but if you had to, this would be the one to go with. Leisure in Paradise from the house of Simone and GIOIA. Okay, so y'all, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to share some fragrances that remind me of being home and give you a little bit of insight on my country. So the song that I started to sing in the intro, I'm gonna link the video below. Listen, it's just a wonderful song. It's called Honeycomb, and it's basically saying that, you know, we can't say that Grenada is home. We're going to call it our honeycomb because it's so sweet. It's such a beautiful place to be. And the song explains why. And I just love that song. When that song came out, I was like, dude, this is it. So anyways, like I always say, we could be anything in this world we want to be with hard work, dedication, and a lot of perseverance. But if you're not there, and even if you are, smell like good people. Smell fabulous at all times. Check out the description box. Sweet Grenada, this is home. Happy 50th, Grenada. Mwah.